Hello everyone. It's 11:51, a.m. in the morning. Um so they got so many flies or flying insects out here today. And last night I was being attacked so bad by mosquitoes. So I guess tonight and the next few nights the temperature is supposed to be dropping to like in the early 50s. And they said it was going to be like the coldest weather or the coldest, few days of the fall season. So, well, I guess tonight and tomorrow night I'm going to end up having to suffer. But, I don't know if Thursday, if I might get the Social Security check. I'm not sure because Monday is November 3rd, and then November 1st and 2nd is the weekend. So 2 weekdays or 2 business days before November 3rd, that's Thursday the 30th. And I heard that we're supposed to get our benefits during the government shutdown, but I don't know. I don't know if I didn't. I mean, first I heard Social Security was gonna get cut off then from this past month, but we got it, and I don't know if we're gonna get it this month. So, but I heard for November 1st that we all gotta brace ourselves for chaos, because the people who get the food stamps or whatever gonna go berserk. But just like they have working poor and they have working poor and they have working homeless that also receive whatever benefits. So I heard it's a misconception that people think that, if you get whatever government assistance, that means you're lazy and don't want to work. And it's not always the case. And so there are some people who are saying to don't be harsh or judgmental towards people that's going to be angry about losing their whatever benefits, because they have people that tried all they could and lived in poverty, but sometimes it might take them 20 years for them to finally get that opportunity where they can become a successful nurse or a successful business owner, and then finally become a homeowner. So, but yeah, so I'm supposed to get, if the government shutdown doesn't affect the Social Security checks, I'm supposed to get it on, I think, Thursday, the day after tomorrow. But I'll keep y'all updated and let y'all know. But so I'm sleep deprived and tired, but can't sleep. I was like, my body was uncontrollably jerky and was about to go crazy. It seemed like all of my nerves and joints and everything was jerky. Like, I don't know if it's Tourette's, because if a person is sleep deprived and suffer Tourette's, it make their Tourette's worse. It's like my whole body was about to, trying to jerk, and it makes me feel so uncomfortable. But I think I did doze off a little bit, off and on, and my sleep was spotty for a little bit. But as I said, it was probably like 1 o'clock or 1:30. It was about 1:45. I left the so-called homeless sleep spot bench where I don't really get to sleep that much. And the train tried to race me, but I was able to beat the train, before it trapped me. No, it wasn't right up on me, but the train was like 5 minutes away. And I hurried and ran across before the train would trap me, There have been situations where I've been in emergency situations where perps trying to harm me. And then there's a train coming. And then they can't really chase after me after I've already ran, and then the train is coming. But then once the train came, it protect me from them trying to attack me. And if the train is like 10 minutes long, I'm able to get away. And they can't come and attack and find me, I think that happened in May of this year. No. Or was it was this year or last year. There was a black homeless female that tried to attack me. No, it wasn't May of this year. It was either this year or last year. I don't remember. And she was trying to attack me. And eventually I got help with the hotel night. After she was trying to attack me, someone sent the funds for a hotel. And I was able to take an Uber and get a ride to the hotel. And it probably was it was before I was wrongfully banned from sleep in. I probably went to sleep in. So that was definitely before February of this year. It probably was last year. So, but it's been a long while since I had a moment where I got like help with the hotel room at like 11:30, and then got an Uber to get to the hotel and stuff, at night. So, but yeah, I apologize to Mrs. Nikki Love that the stalkers, they play games so much. So when she said that she was gonna see, at first she didn't make any promises, and then she said she was gonna see what she got, and she wasn't sure yet or whatever. Then a couple of people in my chat thought she was lying and playing games, because that's what a lot of perps have done that. And so she said she wasn't playing games, and she said, I'm going to send the money within 30 minutes, to help you with a hotel or whatever. And then 30 minutes came, and then 2 hours came, and I got nothing. So I thought that she played games, and I got frustrated, And then what made things even more confusing was after I got angry and said she was, playing games or being fake or whatever, then the fake Angie Peterson Ling pretended to be her and made a fake new profile and cussed me out or whatever and went off on me. And I thought it was Miss Nikki Love. And so that made me even more angry. I'm like, see, it's proof she was playing games. Oh, she's part of them or whatever. Come to find out it was Angie Peterson Ling pretending to be Miss Nikki Love. So, I got angry or whatever. And, the stalkers, they try to be extra messy and try to make things, Now, Angie Peterson Ling has done things like pretend to be a supporter that's about to donate and pretend like she's going to help me with a hotel room, and then reveal that psych, I played you or whatever, and then start to attack me and call me the names or whatever, So Um, so in the middle of the night, Nikki Love had told me that she said, "Oh, I tried to send money to your Cash App or whatever. It wasn't working or whatever." Because when I thought that she had I thought that she was playing games. And there were a few people who said that, well, maybe it ain't her playing games. And the perps, they do stuff like, So, like, I deleted the community post, and I apologized to her. I mean, but I don't even know. She must have gave up and, just going to avoid me for now. I don't know. But I reached out to her and I apologized for the misunderstanding and mistake. And I even told her, it was... I told her it was the gang stalkers pretending to be her and making fake profiles and, So, and Ling Ling tried to talk like as if she really is Nikki Love. That's how it was really confusing, though. That's where she really got me at, where she really tricked me. So, I apologize. The stalkers create all kinds of division and confusion on purpose. And trying to, what people say, drive a wedge between me and my supporters. Or they try to plant that seed in my supporters' head to make them have reservations and doubt me. So, it's like I figured that I don't think a 60-year-old would be that ghetto and immature. So I figured it had to be the fake Angie Peterson Ling Ling perp. But if Angie Peterson has a son that died that was 30 years old or something like that, well, she got to be older than me. Well, she doesn't act her age. She acts like someone who I would have thought was in her late teens or a child or something, Yeah, so, but I put in the community post today, I put not screenshots, but actual pictures from my phone of proof of, like, pictures of proof of that I am being gang stalked. And then I put another post about a few examples of, homeless services or housing services treating me with abuse or rejecting me or refusing help or me being wrongfully kicked out and banned or whatever. And one of them I couldn't put because, I said certain things, But yeah. So I'm surprised that I gained more hotel points and like, wow, like I have enough points where I probably could get like almost half off, like approximately like half price of a night. But tonight it's Tuesday and they raised the prices a little bit. And maybe because it's close to fake Halloween, fake satanic holiday or whatever. And I get really scared because the stalkers, other people be concerned and scared for me because of the idea that the stalkers and my twin sister be trying to plan to have me sacrifice for Halloween. Like for 2023, for Halloween, fake Damnesia, fake Darnell Williams perp, try to tell my twin sister about me being ripe for the sacrifice. And then my twin sister gave 3 laughing emojis. She has laughed about and mocked the idea of me being trapped in a white human trafficking van with free candy written in blood. Like as if it was written in blood or whatever, red blood. And so it was confirmed to me by others that my twin sister is in cahoots with the fake Red Triangle and PSA Army cult as well. They all joined forces and connected with each other. So if my twin sister is in cahoots with the satanic cult criminals, like the fake Sticky TT6 and fake Damnesia and all them, that's dangerous criminals. Like, how am I supposed to trust her? And then they had perps the night before last. I think it was the fake I'm Blessed Nation perp that lied and said he was going to help me with a hotel for $325 plus, like for 2 nights for 3. Now, he really did play me and stand me up and lie. He lied, So he definitely did stood me up, and he lied and played games. Lying, I think that was I'm Blessed Nation perp, but I'm not sure. But I suspect that it was him that played games and lied the night before last, yesterday, 2 days before. The day before yesterday, he lied and said he was gonna help me with the hotel night. With 2 hotel nights plus dinner, that he was gonna send me $325. And then he lied and said, I sent it. I went to go to look at the CashApp, no notification, I got nothing. I'm like, you lied. And then he whoever that was that tried to say that they're a bisexual vice lord or whatever, and then, so I'm like, what? So that made me, but then they have certain people that would donate or say that they're going to donate. And sometimes they might donate a couple of times. And then the other couple of times they will be like, well, I'm going to donate to you. And then the next thing you know, they'll be like, I'm going to donate right now. It could be pouring, raining. I could be like, 3 or 4 minutes from freezing to death. And they still got games to play. So, when certain perps pretend to be fake supporters and playing games and lying and saying that they're going to donate or that they sent the money, or they're going to say, I'm going to send it right now. And then I've been 2 hours lapsed and I'm still crying out for help. And I'm like, wait a minute, this person lied. Like they had a person like a week or 2 ago that made false promises and lied and said he was going to donate. I think his name was Michael. And he stood me up and lied. And there was a person that pretended like they were Christian and targeted. And they have a lot of other people that say that they're Christian and targeted, and they make false promises to donate and help. And then they stand me up and lie, at my most critical moments. So, but so if the 60-year-old lady, Miss Nikki, I apologize if you tried to help. Because she said she was going to help within 30 minutes before I left the hotel. And then, 2 hours had passed and I got nothing. And that's when I panicked and I thought, oh, she lied. She stood me up or whatever. And so, when the fake Angie Peterson Lingling perp made a fake comment trying to pretend to be Nikki Love and said she pretended like she was talking on Nikki's behalf, and she tried to lie and say, I never told you I was going to give you a hotel. I just said I was going to give you $5. Ling Ling, I know that's you. So, as I said, the Nikki person, she left me under the impression that she was going to help me with a whole hotel night. or donate something, you know. So, you know, when she said she was going to send it right now or send it within 30 minutes, and then 2 hours passed, you know, but then later on she said, I tried to send you something, but I couldn't. Or you know, she said, and then there were a few other people that said, well, I tried to send you such and such, but the gang stalker, and the people who claim to be targets said that, well, I tried to send you something, and they said the gang stalker's not letting me send it to you. You know. So, if they said that they have people that's supposedly targeted and supportive, and they said that they tried to send me something, and that no matter whether it's PayPal, CashApp, Venmo, or the Ko-fi or whatever, they said that they try to send it, and that the gang stalkers are some kind of way blocking them from sending me anything at all from any platform, you know. Well, thanks for at least reaching out and trying, y'all. As I said, the stalking cult criminals, they try to cause misunderstandings and strain relationships between me and my supporters, and try to have me and my supporters to not get along. Or, you know, they plant seeds in people's head to make them think a certain way about me, you know. So, and as I said, there were certain fake TI perps or regular perps that have done me wicked stuff behind closed doors that I wish I can, you know, do videos and publicize, but I know I would get a lot of backlash and none of y'all would believe me, you know, and I would lose so much support, you know, because you never know how people are behind closed doors. You know, someone might present themselves one way online and present their videos to be full of positivity and encouragement, but then behind closed doors they're doing wicked stuff to you and being abusive and having an attitude and being vicious and cruel and playing all kinds of psychological games, you know, and weaponizing your traumas against you, whether it be over the phone or through email or meeting up in person or whatever else. You know, they pretend that they're giving you positivity and encouragement, but then behind closed doors they treat you like you're they treat me like I'm really mentally slow and very controlling and abusive, and say hurtful things to me behind closed doors, you know. So, but they had this look like these small little, I don't know if they are tiny homes or cabins. I'm not gonna say the area or the city of New Orleans metro area, because the perps might try to sabotage if I try to tell y'all what area it is. So this one area that I looked at, and it looks like they're building either cabins or tiny homes. And I don't know if all the spaces are filled up, but I looked at, I thought in my head to consider it, you know. But one thing that would suck is it's in an area where the bus only runs on weekdays and not on Saturdays and Sundays. So I would be stuck, or I wouldn't have anywhere to go unless it would be Uber or something. And I don't know what the qualifications are, you know. I don't know what the prices would be, and I don't know what the qualifications are. Like they had, hold on, fake jets or whatever. So, like, as I said, they had this one place that I tried to look into. It was right outside of the New Orleans metro area, and there was some cabins, but they said that you had to have had like a certain amount of income plus have like construction job. And so it wasn't just for anybody, you know. So due to my disability and the targeting, I cannot live with roommates. I cannot live with people. And I can't trust to live with anybody because you never know if your roommate or a housemate will try to set you up when you're targeted. So that's why I have to try to find some opportunity where I can live alone. And I can't live in apartments anymore. You know, because of all the harassment and stuff. So, like, so I keep trying to tell everyone that the jobs I've tried to get, I cannot get because of the fake criminal charges that's pending. The only way that I could be eligible back to work again is if they drop the fake criminal charges against me from being illegally swatted. Then I could probably be eligible to have better job opportunities. But it's like with the background checks, they keep coming out dirty because of the fake criminal charges that's pending that I'm still fighting in court. And so therefore I cannot get a job, and jobs are going to keep rejecting me. And I was told to get the court stuff straightened out first and then come back and try to apply for jobs. And so they're keeping me trapped by instead of resolving the problem and hearing my side of the story, listening to my proof and evidence, or looking at my proof and evidence. No, they just keep pushing the court dates back. It seems like they want to keep pushing the court dates back until they can bring me to my knees and beat me into submission to falsely admit myself as guilty when I'm not guilty. And so that they can illegally steal more money, and money that I don't have. And I heard that if you don't pay the so-called payments in time, they're going to throw you back in jail. How the hell am I supposed to pay $500 for fake criminal charges for something that I did not do? So all these perps harassing, talking about get a job. But they were all in my comments in my chat yesterday talking about sell coochie. And they were making racist comments threatening to lynch me and telling me go back to Africa when I got all this Native American mixed in me. And, Creole, Cajun, whatever the hell. Believe it or not, yeah, I'm mixed with white too. Cajun, whatever, down the line. And which makes us Creole. To be mixed with Black, French, and Native American, and you're threatening to lynch me and telling me go back to Africa, and then telling me I should sell my ass. They said, well, if you want to survive, go sell coochie or get an OnlyFans. I'm not doing any of that. How is a person that's trying to be a Christian, how am I supposed to do that or live like that? Even though I know I'm not perfect. But why they expecting me to do wrong? This is the life they want me to live. So the reason why they want me to live with someone because they want a handler to control me. And I can't be at peace living with other people if they got to have loud TV, smoking, and everything I hate. Loud music, everything I hate. And loud everything else. With my hypersensitive ear problem and disability, I need to be by myself. And, I don't have that fortune to have enough support for people to donate me an RV. Or donate me enough funds where they can help me get a used RV or a mobile home or a car or a van to live in. Excuse me, And I have zero experience, and I don't know where to go out and live out in the woods. But I wouldn't be surprised that with the foster care experimentation, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know for sure, but fake Damnesia keeps telling me that I'm microchipped. How would an online stranger know that about me? And if he would tell me that the microchip is telling me that you're at XYZ place, and he would be like exactly right on the money. Like for the stalkers to, and then they say that they stalk me, they admit that they stalk me via drones and satellites and stuff. And then I heard being targeted, they keep us targets forced, homeless, and poor, and they make more money off of keeping us poor and homeless, and to try to have us wrongfully institutionalized and dead and stuff. They make more money off of that, and I heard that that's why it's called human trafficking, because they're profiting off of our suffering, and that's why they call it human trafficking. And they're trying to sex traffic and murder and blood sacrifice. You know, it's like if they try to sex traffic you and try to get you to sell your soul and sell out, and then perform satanic sexual ritual abuse on you and then murder you. Like, I heard that that's what they said. Kanika Jenkins was a targeted individual, and they said that she caved in and sold out. And then, you know, I heard that they sexually, ritually abused and raped her and then killed her. You know, and I think I heard they said that Shanquella Robinson, you know, they said that she had sold out too, and that her family was Masonic. You know, and but I don't know. Certain people try to be like, well, if you haven't sold your soul to the devil and you're a Christian, then the perps can't touch you. Well, the perps have harmed me numerous times. Even I think today I experienced perps trying to run over me or try to hit me with their vehicles. Was it today or yesterday? Oh, it was today too, early this morning. Yeah, probably was both days. Well, so the perps been trying to hit me with their cars just about every day lately. Almost every day. And yeah, so I'm really scared that, you know, they have this cold front coming, and it's coming up so quick, and I'm like, don't have a winter solution, and they have things that I thought that I was gonna need to get, but I figured that I might have to hold off on getting certain things until after the December court date. After the December court date, you know. Excuse me. And I did not get a fake public offender, and they want me to try to force me to pay $40. Well, the 30 days has passed, you know, because of me struggling to survive anyway. So they're lying and say that it's free, but then why they trying to charge you $40? And then they get an attitude when you question, well, if you said it's free, why we have to pay $40? So, you know, I mean, and then the times I get wrongfully arrested and thrown in jail, it's like people don't want to help me with, or the cops. Even if I try to have the money, the cops refuse to sell me the body cam footage of the arrest. You know, and I heard that the body cam footage of the arrest is supposed to be given to you for free, and the fake public offender, he lied and said he was gonna get me the body cam footage for the arrest at no charge, and he never did. He stood me up and he lied to me about that. You know, made false promises. So, you know, so I don't know what I can do this coming fall, this is fall, but this coming winter or whatever, I'm scared, you know, I'm scared of what will happen to me. And the fact that they keep illegally swatting me when I'm at my lowest and think I should spend the night in jail instead of in a hotel room out of the cold, you know. So it's like they want me to either freeze to death or be in jail or the mental institution, or they're hoping I die. You know, it's really scary. So I don't know what I can plan. I don't have any idea of what to be able to plan for any way to get off the streets and still be by myself. You know, hi, I'm fine. And you know, to get off the streets and still and be by myself. And I can't get a job. I can't you know, get a place to live. And so it looks like for an indefinite amount of time more, if they don't drop the fake criminal charges and let me be back to where I was, you know, then it looks like I'm gonna have to keep switching between the streets and fighting for hotel nights. But the only productive thing I can do is the YouTube and my writings. And other than that, I don't know what else I can do. There's nothing that I nothing I can do that I know of. You know. But all the perp attacks and the street homelessness and sleep deprivation, and it's holding me back so much with my writing goals. Where I could, if I wasn't targeted, I could be writing better and performing better and earning a living with my writings. And then people, abusive narcs, and narcissistic control, fake TI perps and regular perps, they're trying to say that you're trying to expect a living from writing that is unrealistic. You want to know why it's unrealistic? Because I did not sell my soul to the devil and become one of the popular fakes. That's why. So, this afternoon or this evening, there's a place where they have, I just found out about it a couple of days ago, and a place where they have unlimited tacos for $11 and something. And so I'm gonna try to remember to try to see if I can go there and have tacos for dinner. But I probably can eat only 4 or 5 tacos. You know, if I can eat more than 4 or 5, I would be surprised. You know, and so that's my plan for dinner. And I have the funds for dinner, you know. But there's some hygiene items that I need to get more of so badly that I need it now, you know. And so they said that the hotel after tax would be like $121 today. But I have enough points where I could possibly get about half the price. I mean, I probably could get like about half off discount or whatever, you know. But I don't have sufficient funds for a hotel room, you know. I was fighting for it, you know, yesterday and last night. You know, I got a little bit help here and there, you know, thanks to y'all who contributed and helped. But yeah, as I said, you know, all I can do is the YouTube and my writings as productive work. And which, if other people are doing diary every day on YouTube is considered work, why is it not work for me? You know, but I'm gonna get off here. I love y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later.